Hi, it's Dr. Lorrain again. So the next section I thought we would talk about is children's stories. It's really important that parents read stories for young children to help them understand that there may be lots of other animals or children that experience this anxiety or frightened feelings. One of the series I'm really a big fan of is Scaredy Squirrel, partly because Scaredy Squirrel is so anxious he can't leave his tree, which might be a good metaphor right now for children who are so anxious that they're not really wanting to leave the house. Scaredy Squirrel also goes to the beach, and Scaredy Squirrel is also scared of the dark, along with a lot of other books in that series that might be relevant for your children. The second book that I'm quite a fan of is a book by a psychologist in Edmonton. It's called Nora and the Worry Zoot. Other books that I think are really helpful that young children have enjoyed is Wemberly Worried, Don't Feed the Worry Bug, and Wilma, Jean, and the Worry Machine. Books that just in general are really helpful for young children are The Idea of a Kissing Hand. The Kissing Hand book talks about a little raccoon who is going to go to school and is going to miss his mother. There may not be situations right now where parents are leaving the house, but if you do have one parent leaving the house, this is a nice book to help children cope with the parent leaving. And because children's anxiety is much higher at this time, children may even want to do something like a kissing hand if a parent has to leave their site and go to a bathroom. Another book that's really helpful is the Invisible String book. The book The Invisible String is a really important book that helps young children understand that there are strings that connect us to all the people that we love in the world. So even though we can't see our grandparents right now, or we may not be able to go visit family, that we have invisible strings that can keep us connected with all of our family members. The Franklin the Turtle series is a good series as well, and in particular there's a book called Franklin in the Dark, which helps him to cope at night with going to sleep, which a lot of young children are probably having sleep issues right now and wanting to settle to sleep because of the anxiety around the virus. That might be a really helpful one. We also recommend a series of books called Indigo Dreams that you can usually download from YouTube, and in general they're just calming kids meditation type stories. In particular, there's a story about a boy and a bear who go to the top of the mountain and regulate and calm their breathing. As children get older, there are workbooks that children themselves can do. One of them is called What to Do When You Worry Too Much. So if parents are at home with older children that have anxiety, that might be something helpful you could add to the school things that you're already doing. There are websites where you can download stories to help children walk through certain situations. These stories we often call social stories, and the Sandbox Learning website in particular is quite good. Kids yoga or yoga cards or downloaded yoga activities for kids are quite good as well to help children focus on something apart from being anxious and scared. Headspace is an app that you can buy that has specific kids meditations that families generally find very helpful, although it's a little bit more of an expensive app. Other things that families have recommended over time is a website called Go Noodle for some physical activity to help children laugh and giggle and just forget about the anxiety. There's a Cozy Corner app that parents have recommended, and a Peace Out podcast that has helpful things for young children. One of the websites that we commonly refer parents to is called Anxiety BC.